In this video, we're going to work example problems where we make use of the product to sum and or sum to product trig identities. So if we come to the trig identities sheet, that's these identities here. Okay, write each expression as a sum or difference of trig functions. So that they want us to take this and write it as a, here we have a product of trig functions, but we want to write this as a sum of trig functions. So going from a product to a sum, that's what the product to sum identities are all about. So here we've got 2 times sine of an angle times cosine of an angle. So here's sine of an angle times cosine of an angle. And so we can, let's rewrite this as, well, okay, we don't have to rewrite it. We can just put a parentheses here. And so A is 50. We have sine of 58 times cosine of 102. So A is 58 and cosine is 102. So this is 2 times, and then we've got 1/2 sine of 58 degrees plus 102 degrees. Let's see, we'll put a parentheses there, plus sine of 58 degrees minus 102 degrees. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. So let's see, 2 times, and then 1/2 sine of 58 plus 102 is 58 plus 102 is what? 160. Sine of 160 plus sine of 58 minus 102 is minus 44. Okay. Now, let's see. We can distribute that 2, and so we're just left with sine of 160, and then the sine function is an odd function, so we can write sine of minus 44 as sine of 44. Okay, now can we simplify this any further? Is 160 a multiple of 15? No. So that's it. We'll leave it like this. And 44 is not a multiple of 15, so this is we'll leave it as an exact answer. You know, if we could evaluate, if 160 or 44 were a multiple of 15, we could simplify it further. Okay. So let's see. 2, we've got sine of pi over 6 times cosine of pi over 3. So sine times cosine, so we've got 1/2, and then times sine of A plus B plus sine of A minus B. Okay. So pi over 6 plus pi over 3, that would be 2 pi over 6, is 3 pi over 6. That's pi over 2. So, all right, we've got, bring that 2 in, and we've got those cancel. So it's sine of pi over 2 plus, now what is pi over 6 minus pi over 3? That's minus pi over 6. So sine of minus pi over 6. Sine is an odd function, so we can write this way. Okay, pi over 2, sine of pi over 2 is 1. Okay, now pi over 6, what is that in degrees? So pi radians for every 180 degrees is 30 degrees. So the 30, 60, 90, triangle, we've got 1 root 3, 2. So this is 1 minus sine of pi over 6 is going to be, so sine of 30 is going to be 1/2. So 1 minus 1/2 is just 1/2. Pretty cool. This is equal to 1/2. And I guess that's not, they might have wanted us to leave it as just sine of pi over 2 minus sine of pi over 6 because they just wanted a difference of trig functions, but I mean, whatever. So you could have put, the answer could be 1/2, or we could have just left it as sine of pi over 2 minus sine of pi over 6. That's what the answer in the back of the book says. But I guess to me, I'd continue past that. Okay, let's see. We've got, so sine of an angle times sine of an angle here. So A is 4x and B is 5x. So, and there's no, we're just going to, we're looking at, there's no coefficients here. Like there's not, it's not like 2 sine A sine B. So, okay, we've got 6, and then we're multiplying by, now let's convert this. So 1/2 times all of this, and then we've got cosine of 4x minus 5x minus cosine of 4x plus 5x. Okay, so 6 divided by 2 is 3. Now we've got cosine of minus x minus cosine of 9x. Okay, cosine's an even function, so cosine of minus x is just cosine x. Let's distribute that 3, and then minus 3 cosine of 9x. And I think that's as far as the book wants us to go. It's just a sum or difference of trig functions, not just, they don't want any products of trig functions. It's not like we have to have just functions of x, just no products of trig functions. So now we don't have any more. Okay, now here we want to take the sum or difference of trig functions and convert it to a product of trig functions, eliminate any summing or adding of trig functions. So with that, we want to use the sum to product identities. So here we've got you remember the sum to product identities were derived from the product to sum identities. So you could think about looking at, what do we have here? We have a difference of cosines. Well, here's a difference of cosines, right? So we could kind of match up the forms and then get sine of A, figure out what is A and B here, and then write out sine of A times sine of B. But let's just use these identities. It'll be easier. It's set up for us. So we expect to get sine of something times sine of something. Okay? Yeah, see, cosine of A minus cosine of B, it's a sine times a sine. So in this case, we've got A is 4x and B is 2x. So, okay, minus 2 sine of 4x plus 2x over 2 times sine of 4x minus 2x divided by 2. Okay, so there we go. So minus 2 sine of 6x divided by 2 times sine of 2x divided by 2. So minus 2 sine of 3x times sine of x. Okay, here we've got the sum of 2 sines, so we can see that A is 25 degrees and B is minus 48 degrees. So actually, we could write this, since sine is an odd function, we could write this as, actually, yeah, let's do that. So we know that sine of negative 48 is going to be minus sine of 48, right? Sine is an odd function, or the even odd identities tell us the same thing. So here we could use b is equal to 48 and use this identity. So sine of 8 minus sine of, or sine of 25 minus sine of 48 is going to be 2 times cosine of 25 degrees plus 48 degrees divided by 2. Sine of 25 degrees minus 48 degrees divided by 2. Is that right? Yeah. So, okay, 2 cosine of 73 degrees divided by 2, and then 25 minus 48, that's minus 23 degrees divided by 2. And then, okay, sine's an odd function, so let's do minus 2. We'll put the sign first. So 23 divided by 2 is 11.5. Maybe we shouldn't put the decimal. I'm not going to put the decimal, because then, to me, that means it's not exact. So 23 divided by 2, and then cosine of 73 divided by 2. There we go. Okay. We have cosine 4x plus cosine 8x, so that would be cosine A plus cosine B, where A is for x and B is 8x. So, okay, we've got 2 cosine 4x plus 8x divided by 2 cosine 4x minus 8x divided by 2. Okay, 2 cosine 12x divided by 2 cosine minus 4x divided by 2. Okay, so that's 2 cosine 6x cosine minus 2x. Cosine's an even function, so cosine minus 2x is just cosine 2x. So 2 cosine of 6x cosine of 2x.